What is going on, everybody?
Hey!
It is Pixmarters here, and welcome back to The Greatest Attorney, where we left off. Our final argument, we kind of won it. It just more likely got cut short by the judge because of the whole third bullet shenanigans.
Yeah.
Now we've gotten to the point where a third bullet here, when it comes to the Tin Pillar Brothers, we pretty much put away the problem that they had another gun. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a co-conspirator. It has nothing to do with them. But after thinking about it, because I was talking about the fact of how, you know, I don't think Egg Benedict would want to work with them.
No.
But I guess you could technically say that them following the orders, like you said, of him keeping them hush-hush, could consider it to be co-conspirator territory.
Yeah.
And we also don't have any proof of, like, you know, Egg in the first place.
Yeah.
So we kind of need us to tie them together. So, co-conspirator? The Tin Pillars brought a third conspirator into the shop. Aye?
They're sweating.
They've been trying to hide the truth about this third party, but he was the third person with a gun on the night of the crime.
There we go.
The strings are kicking up.
He's like, what? What are you...
Oh, more wine.
Well, he's on a roll today.
A third person? Preposterous. Huh? The court is preparing to conclude its second closing argument. It's too late to claim that there was another man at the crime scene without some evidence. If you can't provide decisive evidence, your claim is worthless.
Bold of you to assume we don't have any, sir.
The prosecution demands two answers from the defense. First, prove there was another person at the scene at night. Second, just the identity of the so-called third party.
Will do.
Templars are definitely lying. But I don't know how I'm going to prove the identity of the co-conspirator.
Can you do it, defense?
Yes. I need to prove both the presence and the identity of this third party. Response pressure used me as a defense.
I'm prepared to answer.
I hope so. I hope I'm prepared to answer. Because the hardest part will be proving that he was there, because we have to make the jump of, like, the only way they can prove he was there would be, where's the blood sample thing? We got so much evidence again.
Mm-hmm.
It would be this.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the current knowledge is that it is Sherlock's blood. We would have to use the music disc first, but the second question is to show who it was and that kind of thing. So I hope we have...
Oh, hey, we have Inspector Gregson, and he saw the dude, remember?
Yeah. I understand. The defense is ready to answer all of your demands. Your doubting eyes betray your indecision despite your bold words. Now's the time to choose. Will you cast aside your indecision or will you drown in it?
Cast aside!
No matter what, the only way is forward. I should look at all the evidence I have and think this through.
The court requests evidence from the defense on that night when the crime occurred. What evidence shows that the third party was present at the scene?
My only assumption would be the blood samples, because I don't think anything else that we have that I can look at.
It's the samples.
Because the music disc we can use to tie that together with the blood sample, with the blood sample from the music disc.
Yep.
But please, yes, I've got your evidence filed right here. Right here.
Those samples again?
Naturally, we require a more detailed answer. Huh? Which of those samples proves the existence of a third conspirator? That'd be the first one.
What on earth is this? There's some odd little green stain around the bullet hole.
That is a blood stain, my lord.
Blood? Really?
What idiocy. Green blood. We meant to conclude that some life form other than a human is involved now.
No.
This is one of Sherlock Holmes' inventions. Mr. Holmes?
I don't remember this part from the novels.
Christ.
We still don't have a name for this, but this chemical changes color in reaction to the makeup of people's blood.
The makeup of their blood?
The makeup of everyone's blood is just slightly different, you see. Just one glance at the color and you can tell whose blood it is.
Oh, now I'm really thinking in the third dimension.
This is so exciting, my heartbeat won't stop rising.
As it turns out, this is Hatch's blood.
What a beautiful tint.
It's still blood.
Yeah.
In other words, what this green blood stain is showing is that someone was definitely shot here.
Objection! We don't know if this green blood is related to the case.
We do know.
Oh,
And he's just like, we do.
The day of the murder is shown on the calendar that the bullet was lodged inside. So naturally it must have made its way into the calendar during the crime.
then whose blood is it?
There are no signs of the Tin Pillar brothers having been shot. Therefore, there must have been a third party who left this blood stain.
He's gonna say it's Sherlock.
You claimed that you could reveal this third party's identity. Answer at once.
Or not.
Who was this third intruder?
Egg.
Mr. Egg Benedict.
Egg face.
Whose name we still don't actually know because he had a fake name.
Yeah.
Unless he is the long-lost third Tin Pillar brother. That person's name is Egg Benedict.
Are we gonna look like an idiot now?
What manner of man is this Egg Benedict fellow?
He was a customer that visited the pawn shop on the afternoon of the day of the crime.
He was there when the defendant tried to steal this from the pawnbroker. Is that right?
Correct. And this man who calls himself Egg Benedict tried to steal it from the defendant, but he failed.
Yep.
Shopkeeper? Yes.
He was Grossberg's voice.
This wretched pickpocket just redeemed a pledge from you, correct? Well, yes.
Poor Hatch.
It belongs to me. I demand its immediate return.
You're lying. I don't know what you're yapping about.
Now return that coat to me. Oh, and
Oh yeah, his weird poses.
I ask you return that music box disc as well, of course.
Inspector Gregson, you should have seen him as well.
Yep.
After all, you're the one who confiscated the disc.
Is this true, Inspector Gregson?
Yes, it is. I'd Hatch wouldn't mind giving me a picture of the man, just in case I need to rise.
Perfect.
The picture taken by the automatic crime recording device.
That's definitely the same man.
So this man is the third intruder?
What do you have to say to that, Mr. Tin Pillar?
What the fuck is all this, bruv?
We ain't never seen him before, bruv. I suppose these two criminals are going to pretend he doesn't exist.
Where's the proof, Japanese boy? As I recall, you said you could prove the identity of the third intruder.
Yep.
I can.
Come on, show us the evidence!
Yeah, if you're going to incriminate him, where's your evidence?
This is the final piece of evidence. This whole trial I felt like something was missing. Now's the time to finally show it to the court.
The disc.
Defense, are you prepared?
Hell yeah, I am. I will now present my evidence. Don't make me... Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
don't make me use the picture. I was like, I almost got confused for a second. Music, disc, I've said this once already. The defendant tried to illegitimately withdraw this disc on the day of the crime.
That's when this Egg Benedict fellow appeared. And he tried to steal it, correct?
Yes, my lord. I was there when it happened. There was a little incident at the time.
Of course, Mr. Braddock, here you are.
Very well.
God.
I will leave it at that for now then. Good day.
No, hold on a sec. That pledge. That's mine.
What are you doing, you stupid girl? Look, you've made me bleed.
Oh, boo fucking who.
There are many metallic pins engraved into the music box discs. Mr. Benedict had a small cut on his finger from one of those sharp pins. His blood is still on this disc.
Why, so it is. This really is blood.
The defense has just examined this blood stain.
You sing? This baby here, of course.
And this was the result.
Same shade.
Whoa!
Green blood. It was 5 again.
That's the lady.
Oh yeah,
that's going
that's
beep,
what I
beep,
thought.
beep, 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 beep,
It's the exact same color as the sample from before.
This is my evidence. The evidence of the third intruder at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
White screen?
Uh-oh.
White screen?
Oh no.
White screen?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
We
What a cliffhanger! The evidence! What is it? Where did it go? We'll never know.
broke the emulator.
Until I bring it back. Hang on a minute. It was the man who calls himself Egg Benedict. We're back!
Hell yeah.
I think that's where I left off. There is an intruder.
No, them people brother look like they've seen a ghost.
Oh, bring that cow back to the stand. My lord, please. Call this Egg Benedict to the stand as a witness.
Indeed, it would be wrong to ignore this man's existence.
It's a tragedy you've managed to come so far despite being so clueless about the law. Sherlock Holmes, I've heard that name before. The protagonist of a popular novel. A detective so great that he'd seem to be a god. You're saying you used a chemical developed by a fictional character. Such dubious rubbish can hardly be called evidence.
He's aware. He's aware. He's Monica. He's Monica. We're in a video game.
And the blood stain turned green after reacting to this chemical. How do we know that this reaction is exclusive to one man's blood?
Well...
Oh, he brought the steel heel out.
Because Mr. Holmes said so?
Yes.
Surely even you wouldn't say something so foolish.
Wow.
What? You think Mr. Holmes' invention isn't any good?
Seemed that way. He's a detective anyway.
Poppycock, this is not his worth pursuing.
Oh my god. How dare they doubt the man?
I know it would turn out like this. Society still hasn't acknowledged Mr. Holmes' invention. There's no other hill for me to die on.
What was it what was it that Beardy said earlier? He said something about stopping the closing argument for now.
Huh?
So does that mean closing argument still isn't over, right?
Or what?
Only 2 people who can continue a closing argument. Are those 6 jurors, you know?
What?
So, whether Holmes's drug is in fact or fiction doesn't actually matter right now.
Oh, of course.
You may look innocent, but you certainly are a frightening little girl.
There's only one question now. When it comes to Ryu's argument, what do the 6 people over there think? That's all there is to it. So, am I wrong?
I'm speechless. Mr. Holmes' partner really came through.
Bang!
Oh, don't shoot!
So,
Bazinga!
Oh my god.
I am rather shocked by who pointed it out. It is true that the closing argument reached no proper conclusion.
It can't be.
But it is. Calm down, you vampire man. The court seeks a final verdict from the jury.
Oh,
I expect an unwavering conclusion befitting the citizens of our fine land.
What? Oh?
Now, jury, state your verdicts.
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh wait, we never do this with them
we
anyways.
don't.
Never mind. I was so caught up in it. Okay. That's 4 in our favor, so that's good enough.
Yep.
Two vote guilty, 4 vote not guilty. Thus concludes the closing argument.
This is absurdity. I refuse to accept a verdict like this.
Calm down, fancy pads. Would you care to elaborate?
These fools were swayed so easily by an amateur detective's suspicious chemicals.
You're a suspicious chemical.
They're unfit to pass a just and proper verdict.
My. No wonder you don't have a girlfriend. There's only one conclusion revealed by this verdict, Lord Van Zeeks. It feels they cannot pass judgment at this moment in time.
No.
So dramatic. God, will someone get a chair for this man to sit on? However, we now face a new problem. The defense has demanded a new witness be brought to the stand. But I don't expect this to be a simple affair.
Why not?
Egg Benedict is clearly a pseudonym.
No. Just when I thought I could finally drag the third intruder in here.
Someone said,
Pardon me, may I ask a question?
Oh, but of course, who is it to speak?
Oh, sir. Never mind.
Ask a question. It was me.
Sure, 5?
Something the matter? Excuse me, Inspector.
Me?
Could you show us that photograph again?
Is that like your son or something?
No, this one? This one with Egg Benedict?
I was right.
Is that your son?
My ass went playing tricks on me after all.
Excuse me, Juror 5. Do you perhaps know this man?
Yes, I do.
What?
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 Everyone's stunned.
Order in the court. Juror 5, as I recall, you are... Yes, I'm a technician. I suppose you could say I'm a telecommunications expert.
Telecommunications.
The man in this photo is a technician working at the same telegraph office as me.
Oh, not anything is cool.
In fact, he happens to be incredibly skilled. I'm sure he's busily buzzing away at work right now.
Huh. Starting to get an odd feeling about this.
For an intruder, I was expecting him to have a more evil job. Sounds surprising that he's just a normal guy with a normal job.
Yeah, I suppose. Is that the source of my discomfort?
Dude, he might have something to do with the secret case thing that Vortex was going on about, and the whole, like, you know, stealing information or whatever the heck.
Maybe.
You know, remember on the newspaper?
Oh, I remember.
If he works at the city bureau, I'm sure we can summon him within the hour. Any objections, Lord Van Zeeks? Sassy Pants?
No, my lord.
The court orders you to summon this man post haste.
Understood.
Stop drinking. For the love of God, you've had like 3 glasses. The court will now enter a 1-hour recess. We will await the arrival of our next witness before requesting his testimony. Inspector Gregson?
My lord?
I would like to ask you the details of what happened in the pawn shop that day. Soon as we break, come to my office at once.
I shall, my lord.
Court is now adjourned for recess.
He'd be like, he brandished a gun.
It's like, oh, he was about to shoot a girl.
All right, to be continued instantly. As soon as that goes away. There we go. Thank you.
Dude,
I will
don't know
say.
about you, but I keep seeing a fly buzzing in front of the TV.
Oh, there's a fly somewhere here, and it's pissing me off.
Annoying the hell out
Yes,
of
it
me.
is.
It's one of those fat chonkers too.
It is. It's big enough to piss us off from far away.
God.
Gina, good job hanging in there. I hate how I've gotten so used to seeing her like this.
G-Beam! You okay? You seem kinda down. Why? Why are you fighting so hard for someone gormless like me? Huh? You saw the photo?
The photo?
Oh, you mean this? Holmes's camera really didn't help us out here. Whoa, Gim. I didn't even notice there was a photo like that. Anyone will say I'm done for after seeing this.
I won't lie, my stomach started nodding up when it was presented.
Yeah.
Can you explain that, by the way?
Even after all said and done, you still want to say you trust me?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, G-Bean, would you mind telling us something? What really happened that night? Huh?
I love that we haven't asked that until just now.
We've been able to piece together a lot of the story. But if you'll tell us, I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Please.
Fine. That night after we all ate at Holmes's place, I went with Irish and spoke with you lot in your gaff.
Right, I remember that.
After that, I couldn't catch a wink of sleep at all. So I went over to that pawn shop and just had to check.
This is about Iris's manuscript, right? The Hound of the Baskervilles?
I don't know what kind of story it is, but I was sure it would have been pretty bad for Holmes if it got out. That's the reason why you fibbed about popping at the pawn shop. At least that's what I thought about the time, so
You broke into Hatch's shop.
I just had to know if the manuscript was actually there or not, you know? Of course, I never thought things would turn out the way they did. Smashed the lock on the entrance and went inside. Everything was pitch black. So I hit the lamp on the table. After that...
What are you doing?
Ah! Thought my heart was going to stop before I knew what I was doing. I'd snatched the gun from the counter and I was pointing it right at him. Why'd you do that?
Get that gun from earlier today. Is that some sort of pickpocketing that we're up to nowadays?
The manuscript. A Sherlock Holmes one. Is it here?
What do you want?
The Hound of the Somethingvilles. If it's here, I want to see it.
I'm sorry. Even my life is at stake, I cannot hand over another customer's belongings.
I don't want to nick it. I just want to have a look is all.
You want to see it?
I need to know if Holmes actually left it here. Please, let me see the manuscript.
Oh, strange. Okay, I get it. Please, just put the gun down.
The uncle locked the storeroom and the two of us went inside. Manuscript was actually there. Holmes was telling the truth. Jane Bean, did you do that for me? Suddenly I heard something coming from inside the shop.
That must have been when the Tin Pillar brothers broke in.
Did you hear that? Someone's out there.
Go Griffith's my shop and exclusive gathered by some miscreants tonight.
Oh, bugger, I forgot to close the bloody door after I came in.
I'll take a look. Give me the gun.
I should go too.
Don't be daft. You stay here. Don't move a muscle.
After he said that, he went and took the gun from me and left. Tried to hear what was happening from the inside of the dark storeroom, and suddenly I heard sounds of a struggle. I felt like I had to go and help. Right about when I was going to leave the room.
That's 2 bangs.
I think there were 2 gunshots. They fired almost simultaneously. And then he dropped like a brick right in front of me. Rushed to shut the bloody door quick and I locked it.
You're worried that the culprit might have come in afterwards, right?
I picked up the gun from my uncle's hand. They tried to come in, I had to fight back. But when I looked down at him, I realised he was already dead. And then the back of my head got really cold. I can't really remember anything after that.
Passed out.
Missed.
That was when you fell unconscious, right?
If only I hadn't been such a cock-up, then Ash wouldn't have had to die for me.
Did you tell any of this to the police?
Of course I did, but nobody would believe me. Lying will only get you in more trouble, they said. Don't worry, just hold out for a little longer. We will corner the culprit in a flash. Is it really him? Egg Benedict?
Has to be. I would assume that Hatch probably
The bloke
shot...
who looked down on me with that divvy grin on his face?
Yes.
He was looking at the shop that night.
I still don't know his real name, but I have no doubt he's involved with the crime. Thanks for telling me all this, Gina.
Huh? Oh, let's just leave it to Ryu. You can sit back and relax. Naruto?
Yeah? What is it, Gina?
How can you say that when you... How can you say that you trust me? You already forgotten about everything that happened 2 months ago. Me and that bugger McGundle, we lied to you. And because of that, you ended up letting the murderer go scot-free.
Yeah, he still died. I'll never forget.
Huh?
Had no choice back then. I still feel that regret to this day. But I promised you at the start, didn't I? No matter what happens, I'll trust you until the bitter end.
But I could still be feeding you lies. You might be defending a murderer again, you know? She just doesn't get it.
Like you have also stood as a defendant in court before.
Blimey.
It was a murder case back in Japan. Even I knew that I looked suspicious. I convinced myself that nobody would believe me.
Wow.
But there was one man who offered to defend me no matter what it meant for him. He was my best friend.
Oh, partner.
Partner. Naruto's the only one who trusts you more than me. Leave it to me. All you have to do is trust me. I was so happy that I started crying. But at that moment, somewhere deep inside me, I couldn't help but think. In truth, even he suspects me, doesn't he? But I was wrong. Once the trial started, he made it plain as day. He really did trust me. And gradually, my trust in him strengthened as well. That's when I realized, if I wanted others to trust me, I had to place my trust in them first.
First, place your trust in others.
No matter what happens, Gina, I trust you. You don't need to worry about a thing.
Even though I'm a skeeving, lying, dirty little tea leaf.
Gina, you're different from McGundle.
What? That's right, you're our friends after all. Iris.
We know you very well. You can trust us, Gina. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
That's all you have to do.
Yep. Naruto.
Okay.
Oh.
Defend it, defend! Return to the court crown. Return to the court crown at once. Crown court. Fuck.
Wow, the court.
Yes,
crown.
sir.
Oh, I want to give Gina a hug. Precious Jean Bean.
Defendant and defense. I've played both roles at least once. That's why I understand just how much it takes to truly trust someone from the bottom of your heart. And more than that, I understand the weight of having someone else fully place their trust in you.
It's a lot of pressure.
And now the curtain rises on the final battle. I hope you're watching, Susudo. And you too, partner.
Gone too soon.
Oh man. All right, back into the old Bailey.
No Bailey.
So, as I was gonna say way before all that emotional stuff happened, is that my assumption would be that the two shots were, the first one was Hatch probably shooting Egg, whatever his real name is, somewhere, I don't know, like in a shoulder or in a, that was pretty high up there, so probably like in around the shoulder area, kind of like a Von Karma area of gunshot wound. And then in return, right after that, he shot Hatch as Hatch was trying to I assume Hatch probably shot and then was trying to run away.
Yeah, like immediately after.
And then he retaliated and shot Hatch, and then bad things happened, but we'll find out. You can read this now.
Court is now back in session for the trial of Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, were you able to summon the witness?
We were issued a subpoena to the telecommunications office. Unfortunately, due to the rain, his coach will be arriving late.
Very well. During the recess, Inspector Gregson told me the details about the night of the crime. Overlooking this third bullet was a fatal blunder indeed.
My deepest apologies, my lord.
Now regarding the evidence you gained through the defense's use of forensic chemicals. Unfortunately, it is admissible as evidence due to the lack of clear scientific basis.
Trats! This won't be the last I hear of me and Holmesy!
My lord! The witness summoned by the court was just right.
Very good. Bring him in at once.
Egg Benedict. I didn't think we'd see him in court of all places.
I did. He's super sus.
Mm.
One of these things is not like the other.
The court appreciates your prompt arrival despite our short notice.
But of course, it is only natural for an upstanding London citizen such as myself.
Upstanding, huh?
Now then, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Rupert.
Rupert Crowgray. I work as a technician at a telegraph office.
Rupert! Your name's Rupert! What a loser! Okay.
Damn.
I'm sorry to anyone out there who's watching whose name is Rupert. Not you.
Hey, Ron Weasley's actor is Rupert Grint.
Oh.
You calling Ron a loser?
No! I'm just saying, for this dignified man to have a name that, like, doesn't match how overly gentlemanly he is.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna call him Egg, just out of spite.
Feel
Two
that.
of us work in the heart of London as telegraphers responsible for the city area.
So what reason been called here today?
It's like the same energy as when people find out that Plankton's real name is Sheldon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe you should have been briefed on the situation by an officer during the ride here. Yes, that's correct. I heard this had to do with some murder in a Baker Street pawn shop. Something about me sneaking into the shop on the night of the incident. Quite right. That's the defense's accusation. Don't make me laugh, seriously.
Now, witness, the court demands your honest testimony. Testify about this accusation towards you.
And he's gonna testify next time.
What kind of lies is this man gonna spout?
All of them, little bitch.
Ryu calls him that? That'd be great.
Oh,
Did
man.
you see that, man? No, Ryu, you need to say something to him.
You little bitch.
I don't know why I love it so much.
Oh, man.